Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we are diving headfirst into the absolutely fascinating world of FPGAs. This is the literally shape-shifting technology that is quietly powering everything from Wall Street trading algorithms all the way up to space exploration. We're going to unpack a piece of tech that sits right at the intersection of hardware and software, giving engineers the almost magical ability to conjure up custom digital circuits without ever needing to manufacture a new physical chip.
Here's our roadmap for today. First, the hardware design dilemma. Second, we'll officially meet the FPGA. Third, we'll peek inside the FPGA architecture. Fourth, programming custom hardware. And finally, number 5, FPGAs out in the real world.
Section 1, the hardware design dilemma. So, let's kick things off by looking at exactly why traditional hardware design is just so incredibly difficult and, frankly, risky. Imagine for a second you're an engineer designing a brand new, highly custom processor. You spend months designing the logic, you painstakingly verify it, and you finally send it off for manufacturing. But here is the catch. Manufacturing that fixed logic chip can easily cost upwards of $100 million. I mean, that is an absolutely enormous upfront financial investment just to physically create the silicon. And this brings us to a pretty terrifying reality for those engineers. If you discover a critical flaw after that chip is manufactured, how do you fix it? You see, you can't just push a simple software patch over Wi-Fi to fix a hardwired physical error. You have to bite the bullet and manufacture an entirely new chip. This massive financial and temporal risk left the tech world absolutely desperate for a better way. Section 2. Meet the FPGA. Engineers needed a cure for this hardware dilemma. A way to build custom hardware without that stressful permanence and penalty of traditional manufacturing. Well, the answer they came up with is the FPGA, which stands for Field Programmable Gate Array. Let's break that down a bit. Field Programmable simply means it can be programmed out in the field long after it leaves the factory floor. And Gate Array refers to the massive grid of digital logic resources sitting inside. Basically, you can think of an FPGA as a totally blank digital hardware canvas. To really visualize this, don't think of it like your standard calculator where the behavior is permanently baked in. Instead, think of it like a giant box of Lego bricks. The physical pieces already exist in the box, right? You just decide how to configure them. Today, maybe you assemble them into a network processor. Tomorrow, you can tear it down and reassemble those exact same pieces into an AI engine. It's essentially infinite hardware from a single box. Now, you might be wondering, how is this actually different from standard software? Well, when your typical CPU runs a program, the physical hardware stays exactly the same. Only the invisible software instructions change. But with an FPGA, the physical hardware itself actually changes to match your design. You aren't just writing software, you are literally programming custom hardware. It is a massive paradigm shift. Moving on to Section 3, inside the FPGA architecture. Now that we kind of know what this blank canvas is, let's actually open up that box of Legos and examine the incredible microscopic pieces inside. Inside this highly flexible platform, you'll find an incredibly intricate architecture. You've got thousands, sometimes millions of logic blocks acting as your basic AND or and XOR gates. You have flip-flops to maintain memory and state, and dedicated DSP blocks to handle heavy math operations. Throw in some I/O blocks to talk to the outside world and connect it all together with routing networks, which act like intricate digital superhighways moving data across the chip. But, at the very heart of all this flexibility is something called the lookup table, or LUT for short. Think of a LUT as a tiny, highly programmable truth table. You feed your inputs in, and it spits outputs out based entirely on the rules you set. Because of this clever design, a LUT can shapeshift to become virtually any digital logic gate you need. They are the ultimate foundational building block of the whole system. All right, Section 4, Programming Custom Hardware. So we have all these physical blocks available, but we need a way to tell them how to actually connect to each other, which requires a totally different approach than traditional coding. Instead of using standard software languages, engineers use what are called hardware description languages, or HDLs, like Verilog. And right here is where a lot of beginners trip up. Actually, treating an FPGA like a standard coding task is a huge mistake. When you write Verilog, you are not writing a sequence of sequential software instructions. You are actively describing hardware. You're drawing the actual physical logic gates and wires that will eventually manifest inside that chip. Let's walk through the actual development workflow to see how this all comes to life step by step. First up, you design your hardware architecture and write your HDL code. Next, you definitely want to simulate it to make sure your logic actually works. Then comes the magic of synthesis and routing. This is where the software figures out how to physically map your design onto the chip's highways. Finally, it generates a configuration bitstream file, which you use to actually program the physical FPGA. Section 5. FPGAs in the real world. Okay, we've zoomed way in on the microscopic architecture and programming, so let's zoom back out for a minute and see why major industries rely so heavily on FPGAs over standard chips. To understand this, it really helps to look at the broader computing landscape. CPUs are your general-purpose workhorses. They execute tasks sequentially and are incredibly flexible for everyday tasks. GPUs are absolute masters of massive parallel computation, which is why they dominate AI training. But FPGAs, they win hands down when you need deeply customizable, dedicated hardware with absolute zero lag. When you need an instantaneous response, nothing beats hardware physically wired for one specific job. Because out in the real world, nanoseconds literally matter. High-frequency Wall Street trading bots use FPGAs to completely outpace pure software systems. They power rapid 5G network switching and low-latency edge AI. They're even a massive favorite in space exploration. I mean, think about it. If mission parameters change, you can't exactly send a technician to outer space to swap out a circuit board. But with an FPGA, you can completely reconfigure the hardware while the satellite is literally floating in orbit. Ultimately, FPGAs represent one of the most powerful bridges we have between software and hardware. They give us the magical ability to build custom, highly parallel hardware on the fly. Which leaves us with a truly fascinating question. As our digital systems demand ever faster and more specialized performance, is the ultimate future of computing strictly in the code we write, or is it in the shape-shifting hardware itself? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep exploring.